All right, ready to go. So I'm on a couple platforms: YouTube, Facebook, and I am on actually doing Instagram Live. I'm starting Instagram Live. So I'm doing Instagram Live too. So a couple cool things over the weekend. Just want to share a few thoughts that I think you'll get a lot out of. It was a good weekend. Hope you had a good weekend too. It's Monday, so it's pitter patter, let's get at her, and that's what we're doing here. So first thing, I actually I went golfing. Hadn't played golf in a few months, and I really just it was a nice day, so I wanted to get out. So I went and played Paris Mountain Country Club. Great course. Boyd's a good guy, the guy that owns it. You should definitely check it out. So I went and played a quick 9 holes, and here's a cool thing that happened. They paired me up with a guy. He was there with his wife or girlfriend. He was in town for a couple of weeks doing like contract work, so he was getting out golfing. His name was Colby. Nice guy. So we're out playing, and neither of us are very good, but had some good shots, had some bad shots. But here's the cool thing that happened. I want to share this with you because it really gave me a pretty good insight on life. So we're on the 8th hole of Paris Mountain. Paris Mountain's a beautiful course. The 8th hole is pretty short par 3, about 140 yards, 130 yards, something like that. But it's it's a massively two-tiered green. So you have the top of the green, and it flows down in the bottom of the green. And Saturday, the pin location was at the bottom of the hill. So this big, massive terrace on the top. So Colby hits first, beautiful high arcing shot, drops it right on the top, like the top tier. So not really close to the hole, but it was a beautiful shot on the green. It was like a good shot. I hit almost the exact same shot, and it's cool. Like we're like, hey, these are great shots. And as we're driving up, we get there. I'm like, oh, by the way, Colby, like the rest of the hole is not going to go well. I'm just telling you, because when you putt from way up here to way down here, chances are you're not going to get terribly close to the hole. And so, we finished the hole. I think I bogeyed it. He may have bogeyed or double bogeyed or whatever. And but he made a comment. He's like, these are the shots that I keep coming back for. Like, these are the shots that keep me coming back. And I was like, yeah, me too. So it wasn't the 3 or 4 putts after that first shot that I remember from that hole. It's the good shot. And that's a lot like life. You should really remember the good shots. Don't worry about the bad shots. Like, the bad shots have their own deal. But remember the good stuff. That's what's imprinted on my mind, and that's what I remember. So it's pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty cool revelation I had just from playing a hole of golf. It was one of my best shots of the day, and like Colby said, that's what's going to keep me coming back. So that was pretty cool. Oh, so one thing I want to mention, and this kind of segues into the next thing I want to talk about. There's a story of a Chinese farmer. It's a Chinese fable that I want to share with you because it really kind of touches with what I just talked about. So here it is. Story of the Chinese farmer. I'm going to read it real quick. Once upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, all of his neighbors came around to commiserate. They said, "We are so sorry to hear your horse has run away. This is most unfortunate." The farmer said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back bringing 7 wild horses with it, and in the evening, everybody came back and said, "Oh, isn't that lucky? What a great turn of events. You now have 8 horses." The farmer again said, "Maybe." The following day, his son tried to break one of the horses, and while riding it, he was thrown and broke his leg. The neighbors then said, "Oh dear, that's too bad," and the farmer responded, "Maybe." The next day, the conscription officers came around to conscript people into the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. Again, all the neighbors came around and said, "Isn't that great?" And again he said, "Maybe." So you never know. There's no good or bad. There just is. And like the Chinese farmer, whatever happens to you, there's good and bad. There's benefits and drawbacks to everything that happens to all of us. Which, what I really want to get to the point of is my friend, colleague, mentor. His name's Dr. Alok Trivedi. He has a group called Ultimate Rewire, and I'm in the Ultimate Rewire Mastery group. And he talks a lot about benefits and drawbacks, and looking at the events that have happened and are happening in your life through the lens of they all have benefits and they all have drawbacks. For example, you win the lottery and you win $20 million. What happens to most people that win the lottery? They're broke within 5 years, and maybe even more broke than they were before. So there's benefits to winning the lottery, right? But there's also drawbacks. And being keenly aware of all the benefits and drawbacks and everything that happens in your life, good or bad, because there's no good or bad really, brings you into a state of balance and into a state of peace and into a state of just being present and not worrying about labeling something as good or bad. And actually, Alok has this thing this weekend, April 21st through 23rd. It's called Wired for Wealth. I have a few free tickets available that I'm able to share. So if it's something you're interested in, please shoot me a message, and we'll jump on a quick call, and I'll be happy to gift it to you. Because as one of his mastery members, I have tickets to share with people that I want to share it with. So by all means, reach out if it's something you're interested in. Do it quick, because I only think I have like 3 or 4 tickets to Wired for Wealth. But it's good stuff. If you get in front of Alok, Dr. Trivedi, and he goes hardcore. It's like 3 long days with him, but he will drop so much gold onto you those 3 days. It's unbelievable. So, anyways, hit me up if you're interested in that. What's next? Yeah. Oh, so I was here at the office. Haley was working with me Friday, and I had the idea to shoot some TikToks. And she, of course, willingly obliged. She's always up for when I have crazy ideas to do videos. And they turned out really, really freaking hilarious. So if you don't follow me on TikTok and on Instagram and on Facebook, you should, because I was dropping some gold over the weekend. I've got more to share. We did like 6 or 7 videos, so I'll be throwing some more stuff on this week. If you'd like to be entertained and enlightened and in some ways informed, more heavy on the entertainment, check out my TikTok channel. It's Dr. Mike Aaron. Pretty simple. So a couple last things I want to close with. One, I want to talk to you for a thing. You know, I mentioned last video, Michael McLean, who is I'm part of his Badass Brotherhood is called, and he talks a lot about personal sovereignty and autonomy. And if you think about where we are in this day and age in our lives, there's definitely an assault on personal autonomy and personal sovereignty. And this is not a political thing. It is what it is. Primarily, our phones, our devices, have a massive impact on our sovereignty. You know, we've become so dependent on them that if they shut down, think about the turmoil that will happen in everyone's lives. So I say that to tell you, you should be doing some things, if anything, from a health standpoint, to take control over your sovereignty. Take control over your health sovereignty. You know, a lot of things you can do to be healthier. Like I said before, this is the greatest time to be alive when it comes to your health and well-being and wellness. There's so many things you can do to get healthier and to take control of your personal health autonomy and your personal health sovereignty. You can eat organic food. You can get chickens. You can buy raw milk. You can go get really good organic vitamins. You can get a cow. You can buy a processed cow. I mean, there's so many things you can do to take control of your health. And you really, really, really should do that for you and your family. Because you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of being captive to these big companies that profit from sickness and poor health. So anyways, that's my soapbox moment. Sovereignty. Do things to take control of your health and your life. Because trust me, you'd rather be in control than somebody else in control. I know that's the case for me. Lastly, I want to share with you a quote by another mentor of mine. And in case you're wondering, yes, and my good friend, one of my best friends, Dr. Jared Sargent, he's a chiropractor in Malden. He gives me shit all the time because I have so many coaches and so many mentors. But I will tell you, you should have coaches and mentors in your life. Whether you're in business or not, you should have people that you respect and that you get guidance from. I've got a lot of people that I do that with, and I pay money to a lot of different people to get information. A lot of this information I share with you. I curate information and I share some of their stuff. But that's something you should do too. You should have guides and mentors and coaches in your own life. So anyways, Dan Kennedy is another one. He's a marketing legend. He's like the guru, quote unquote, when it comes to marketing. And, you know, I get a newsletter from him every month. It's super awesome stuff. It's a lot of his, like, just wit and wisdom and thoughts. And this quote was great. And I read it, and it was in his newsletter, I think, a month or two ago. But Dan Kennedy says, every single person goes through every single day feeling deserving of a thank you or a congratulations that never comes. So think about the people that you encounter on a daily basis. Think about them. I was at Dunkin' Donuts. We were going to have a thing at the office here. It didn't pan out, but we were going to do a car thing. My friend Brandon Timms and I, who owns Timms Mobile Detailing, we were going to do a little car show thing, but there was too much stuff going on, so nobody showed up. But I went and just got some like donut holes or munchkins or whatever they're called, just to have at the event. And the lady there was super nice. We had a nice long conversation. I was asking her about, like, when do you get here? Like, you know, and she's like, I got to get here at 4 in the morning to make donuts. And I'm like, wow, so it's just a little conversation. That's, you know, said thanks for your help. And, but people genuinely don't get thanked anymore. Like, it's just not, common courtesies are going out the windows, especially with younger people, but even adults. Like, I think people take so much stuff for granted. But like, take time today, this week, when you go into a store, when you're going around somewhere, be appreciative. Like the person that's stocking the shelves at Walmart, say, hey, thanks for stocking the shelves, man. They look great. Thanks for keeping us, you know, thanks for keeping my family fed. Just a little thing like that, and people will get so taken aback by it. But then they'll be like, well, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, just little common courtesies. Just show appreciation and thankfulness to people, because you might be the only person that does it that day. And kind of what a crappy day to go about your day and nobody shows any appreciation for the hard work you're doing. So I recommend do it. Do it today. Go outside now. Find somebody to thank. Anyways, so that's all I got. One last thing I want to wrap with. Because this is another book. It's a giant book that I'm reading. It's by a guy named Joseph Murphy. He was a spiritual writer back in the early part of the 20th century. Wrote this. He's written multiple books. But cool thing I read this morning. Check this out. Murphy says, "Behold the miracle which takes place as you drink a glass of milk. It is transformed into tissue, muscle, bone, hair, and blood cells by the master chemist within." By the master chemist within. Think about that. You've got within you a master chemist that takes everything you put into your body, filters out the bad stuff, takes whatever's usable, and builds living tissue. Right now, as you're sitting here, whether you're watching this live or watching this recorded, your body is going through processes that you have no idea what's happening. You have a master chemist. You have an intelligence that runs your body. Turns food into living tissue. Like, how cool is that? I think it's pretty cool. And that's why I love chiropractic so much. And I'm going to close with this little tidbit. Why I love chiropractic so much is we don't deal with anything but that intelligence, that master chemist. that's within you. All I do all day long is I check for zone imbalances, I adjust, balance the body so that that intelligence can then express itself fully. So that master chemist can with 100% perfection take that food you ate and turn it into living tissue. See, when you have an imbalance in your body, that master chemist is awesome. But you're not getting everything you can out of that food, because if your body's not working at 100%, that master chemist is limited by how well the body's working. So the better you get your body to work, the more that master chemist, that more that intelligence you have can do. And that's what chiropractic is. That's why I don't have to think much. I just check. Are you imbalanced? Yeah, we'll balance you. I don't have to do anything else. Like, that's all I need to do is balance. And your body works better. So if you're not seeing a chiropractor regularly, you should. You should come check out my office, because I'm a master at chiropractic. I'm a master of nothing else but chiropractic. So you should come see me. Check out my website, trchiro.com. That's all I got this morning. I hope you get some good stuff from it, because I enjoy sharing this stuff. I learn a lot of good stuff, and I am making it my mission to share it with my community. And you know what? It goes beyond my community. This goes everywhere. So people all over are going to see this. If you're in my community and you become a patient, great. If you don't, that's cool too. Like, just keep jumping on these lives with me and learn some stuff, because it will change your life. Just start learning and applying. Take the tens of thousands of dollars I've spent on information and use it. Use it to your betterment. So anyways, Instagram, I'm signing off. Facebook, YouTube, I'm signing off. Hope y'all have a fantastic day. Thanks.